Tarpley and I are exchanging nicknames for each other. We'll keep those private and personal. A doctorate in history, PhD in history, PhD in economics, just a great political mind. We're going to talk about the 4 different al-Qaeda groups. Openly, the White House admits under Bush and Obama launching terror attacks in Iran, blowing up police stations, bombing schools, bombing dams, blowing up command military bases, killing Iran's number 3 general. And Iran is suing the U.S. and the UN for doing it. Our government blows their buildings up and then admits it and says, do something, Iran, do something. That's got nukes aiming at them. I mean, this is so evil. We're going to talk about that. But Paul Watson's written detailed articles on this. I wanted Watson to give us his take on it. Then we're going to Webster Tarpley on that front, on what's happening with the death of the dollar, what's happening with fall of the republic that Webster is in. We're going to discuss it all in the balance of the show today and jam some calls in from Steve, Chris, Jay, Gabby. Gabby's going to gab on the air with us today in the last 50 minutes. 50 and a half minutes we have left before the premiere at prisonplanet.tv of Fall of the Republic. And just for the general public today, the last hour of the show is free, video-wise. The radio's obviously free, but we got to pay for the bandwidth for prisonplanet.tv. Prisonplanet.tv is free right now for video viewers for the live show. And it's your 15 cents a day as a prisonplanet.tv member, $5.95 a month. Get a yearly membership instead of a monthly trial and get 3 months free that funds all of this and allows this to happen. So I want to thank all the members out there. But members will be able to watch the film in T-minus 50 minutes. Start your engines. You know, they've got the checkered flags out. They're getting ready here, ladies and gentlemen. Is it the checkered flag when the race starts and the green when they win? Or is it the green flag? Yeah, so it's the checkered, getting the checkered flag, pole position is when you win. So the green flags are out. And it's going, doot, 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 and then, you know, the cars, they're off, ladies and gentlemen. Pardon me? Like Mario Kart. Okay, I know what Mario Kart is. I actually got the exercise version of Wii, and I've played Mario Kart 1 time. I think I've let my kids play it maybe 100 times. I let them play the sports games, and that's it. But the golf and stuff, it's good for them. All right, I'm going to shut up about that. The point is, let us now go to Paul Watson. Paul, give us your quick take on what's happening in Iran. This is a bold move to publicly stage terror attacks all over Iran and publicly brag about it while the West calls themselves peaceniks. The non-nuclear Iran is being set up here. If they defend themselves, they will tell the public that they've attacked us. They could show Brazil on the TV news and say it was Iran. People would believe it. What's happening?
Well, Alex, on Sunday there was a suicide bomb attack against the Iranian Revolutionary Guard at their headquarters in a place called Pishin, if I'm saying that right, which is near the border with Pakistan. And it was carried out, admittedly, they took the blame for it, by this Sunni terrorist group known as Jundullah, which was formerly headed by the alleged 9/11 mastermind, the patsy, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. Now, the press reacted to this terrorist attack by kind of swinging between Iranian accusations and blanket denials on behalf of the U.S. and Britain that it was a terrorist attack launched by the U.S. and the British against the Iranians by proxy, because the Jundullah organization, admittedly, and this was reported by the London Telegraph, ABC News, amongst many others, in 2007, is armed and trained by the CIA and Mossad. It's not even up for debate, and that's what I found incredible about this, you know, the reports about the accusations. It's not even up for debate, it's confirmed. This is a Al-Qaeda offshoot organization, or the CIA Arab Legion, as Webster calls it, and it's controlled by the CIA, and they're using it to destabilize the Iranian government by carrying out terrorist attacks against the Iranian Revolutionary Guard.
By the way, it is not just Times of London or ABC News that reported this in 2007. Cy Hirsch, Webster Tarpley, myself, countless others have reported this in 2003, 2004, 2005. In 2007, the WhiteHouse.gov, the White House website, put a press release out saying we're funding these 4 groups to stage attacks, and they didn't even debate that number 3 Al-Qaeda ran it. Al-Qaeda publicly works for our criminal government. I mean, it's just like the New York Times saying there's no mercury in the flu shot when all their inserts say it and FDA.gov says it. It's just a new level of lying. Final comments. We're going to Webster Tarpley.
Yeah, the other thing is that when members of this group were arrested by Pakistan last year and handed over to Iran, one of the top leaders of the Jundullah group admitted in court that they were being trained and armed by the U.S. and Israel. And this was the brother of the leader of the group, Abdullah Malek Rigi. And his brother admitted that they were being trained by the U.S. It's admitted by the White House itself. It's been reported widely, and yet it's still debatable whether the U.S. and Britain and Israel is behind this attack. They're obviously behind the attack. It took out one of the key men in the Iranian Revolutionary Guard who was instrumental in calming the tensions in that region. They targeted him for elimination, and he's dead. So there's no debate who's behind this, and it just goes.
And then meanwhile, they get up on the news and say Iran is running Al-Qaeda and Taliban, the Sunni group, the arch enemies of Shiite Iran. This is like saying the Dallas Cowboys are the Washington Redskins, or Superman is Lex Luthor. I mean, it's just, or Hitler is Franklin Roosevelt. I mean, it's a total flipping, and Iran is fighting Al-Qaeda, saying it's globalist run, U.S., British, Israeli run. It's on record. Tell folks the headline on the great article you wrote a few days ago so people can go read the details and see all those links.
The article is U.S. attacks Iran via CIA-funded Jundullah terror group.
All right, good job, Watson. Keep it up. Look forward to the launch of Follow the Republic at prisonplanet.tv that you're honchoing with Matt and Kevin and others here at the office in T-minus 44 minutes. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alex.
Okay, Webster, I'm going to let you take it out to break in 5 minutes. I've actually got to go work on IT stuff and give some orders here. Take us to break with the Jundullah situation, then we'll come back, finish up with that, then get into the economics, the banking meltdown you predicted a decade ago. Webster Tarpley, good to have you here with us.
Thank you very much, Alex. Let me address this terror attack, since that's our leading issue at the moment. This was a suicide bomb in the province of Baluchistan, that is to say, in the southeast of Iran, near the border with Pakistan. And it was claimed by this Jundullah organization, which is simply a CIA MI6 secret army. It's a well-known front. Now, this was a very serious bombing attack. It was an assembly of local and regional notables, as well as some representatives from Tehran. It was a kind of a ceremonial occasion, and it killed about 30 people, according to some accounts, and up to 60 people, according to others. And one of the people killed was the ground forces commander of the Iranian Postmodern Revolutionary Guard, as well as the commander of the Revolutionary Guard, or Postmodern, in that southeastern corner of Iran. Now, this Jundullah has been around for quite a while, and the Iranians know it well. So the Iranian government immediately blamed the British as well as the U.S., and the State Department spokesman here in Washington came out and said, oh, no, we have nothing to do with that. Now, it's absolutely absurd, as Alex points out, because it's an absolute open secret that the U.S. runs this. I would say the British probably created it and continue to have significant influence, but the money seems to be coming from the U.S., and the targeting probably shared between Washington and London. Just a couple of these mainstream things in a little bit more detail. Back in February 2007, we have the London Daily Telegraph, notoriously close to NATO intelligence. They quote a former high-ranking CIA official saying that it's not a great secret that Jundullah gets its money from the CIA classified budget. That was 2007. They also have a guy called Fred Burton, a former United States State Department counterterrorism official, who says that these attacks that were taking place already then in 2007 are part of U.S. efforts to supply and train Iran's ethnic minorities to destabilize the regime. If that's not enough, we have Brian Ross, ABC Television News. You can see this on TV for free. April 2007, the U.S. is encouraging and advising Jundullah, and it's being run by the U.S. essentially out of bases inside Pakistan, but really not something you can blame on Pakistan when the U.S. and indeed the British are playing such an important role. And then we have Seymour Hersh. These are the famous articles that he wrote in the New Yorker during those years. And Seymour Hersh gets a hold of Robert Baer, the former CIA official of clandestine services,